Okay, you can't speak. It's 7:29 in the morning. I realize this is a big moment because I just took off my UGG boots under the anchor desk and I put on my red suede heels. So this is big.
Big girl shoes are on. It's go time, folks. It is 7:29. Thank you for joining us here at News 12 Long Island. It is Carol's last day here at News 12, which is incredible. I can't believe that this day has creeped up on us. As we all know, we have shared such incredible times together here. And Carol has had such an incredible career. So before Carol signs off for the last time, we want you to take a look back at the decades of dedication Carol has had to our Long Island viewers and the incredible way that we've all become a family over the years. Oh. I got through it.
And now, the morning edition.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 o'clock.
For 33 years, Carol Silva has shared her mornings with millions of Long Islanders. And for 33 years, she shared some of Long Island's most important stories.
A bombshell in the year-and-a-half-old saga of Amy and Joey. And now in the wake of the LIRR shooting, an increasing concern about handguns in our neighborhoods.
The language used in the decision by presiding Justice Francis Murphy was a very powerful indictment of the Joel Steinberg, Hedda Nussbaum household.
News 12 is going to continue live coverage of the Tank Left murder trial when it resumes. President Bush has decided to launch a military assault on Iraq, but the size of the assault remains to be determined.
Carol is a true fixture in Long Island media. Her career began in radio back in the mid-70s. In 1984, she was welcomed into the Cablevision family.
It's 7:58. Hello, I'm Carol Silva to start off your weekend with your Cablevision choices.
And it was 1987 when Carol joined News 12 Long Island, months after its historic debut in December of 1986. Her first role, a field reporter. But just 6 days later, she earned a spot on the anchor desk.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency has been offering aid to folks hit hardest by December's nor'easter.
Since then, Carol has had quite the stories to tell, and she strives to make every one of those stories matter to her viewers.
And good evening from the floor of the Republican National Convention. This is the home of the New York delegation.
And we're going to check in now with George Bush's headquarters in Houston, where our Carol Silva is standing by. Carol?
All right, I'm standing by here. They've got the music of Crystal Gayle and Loretta Lynn behind me right now, and standing next to me, Vice Presidential son Jeb Bush. I guess one of the men who's hoping to call himself presidential-elect son by this time tomorrow, huh?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Long Island Cutting the Fat. I am Carol Silva. This is a News 12 town meeting, and tonight we are going to tackle the tough question of too many taxes. Statistics show that Long Islanders have some of the strongest religious faith of any community in America. We go to church, more temple, also to the mosque.
You know, I am at Aqueduct Racetrack, a place where on many days prayers of a very different nature are said, certainly different than the nature of what's going to be said here. But Pope John Paul II celebrating Mass today for 73,000 people, including 15,000 Long Islanders.
The question is, tonight, can Hillary Clinton prove that he is unfit? Can Trump prove that she is not to be trusted? Time will tell, Elizabeth.
The Pope is going to be going inside St. Pat's Cathedral for Vespers, those evening prayers later today.
Carol has been a guiding force on some of the most difficult days in the newsroom.
It was the worst air disaster in Long Island history. Avianca Flight 52 from Columbia to New York crashed in the quiet suburbs of Cove Neck.
One morning we had a report that a small plane had accidentally flown into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
Those who are in the building who are trying to get out right now would be coming down long flights of stairs.
Of course, we all know what that day was. So the next few hours, you and I were live on the air, and really we're just kind of like giving a play-by-play of one of the worst disasters in American history. And as Long Islanders, as spouses, as parents, you and I had to put our concerns and our fears aside and just be journalists and talk about what was happening, which was difficult in itself because no one knew what was happening.
I mean, this, of course, is just a terrifying scene for us for so many reasons.
And I'm just grateful that I had a seasoned veteran next to me that day.
She has helped viewers navigate through wild weather events and rebuild after the storms.
We're going to be here for you till the sun comes out and it melts.
Carol has been amazing over the last 30 plus years with News 12 Long Island and working with her for more than 18 years. Her storm watch coverage, the calm when the weather has gotten really bad, from our nor'easters, our blizzards, heavy rain and flooding, and also, of course, during Hurricane Sandy.
This is Monday. It's October 29th, and this morning, really, both counties are under a state of emergency.
Her calm in our voice, letting everyone know, don't worry, we live here, we work here, we're all going to get through this. Her next storm watch is going to be reporting from the field, from homes.
She's also helped bring the holiday spirit into Long Islanders' homes.
You think it's time to celebrate and get this big thing lit, huh? 3, 2, 1. Ready? Here we go.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha!
Here's where our Tasty Tuesday meets Food Truck Friday.
Hot diggity dogs! And of course, as Carol's smile shows, she's had a lot of fun along the way.
This is awesome. Having fun is the best part of the job. Carol taught me that. She said in order to connect with people, you have to show them the real you, your real side. And for Carol, a lot of that was having fun, whether it was on set, in the field, in her personal life. She got the job done, but she also had a whole lot of fun. And that's what it's all about.
So New Orleans, heart of Louisiana, hot town, big city, the Big Easy. I mean, really, what's it all about anyway? What are you doing here?
I'm drinking. Look back at Anthony. Look back, look back, look back. Look up. You got you, girl. Come on. Yes. Good. Lift your legs.
Or spend an afternoon here at Goat Hill, Shelter Island's 9-hole golf course.
Carol's list of accolades seems endless. After nearly half a century in broadcast news, she's won 30 Associated Press Awards. She's been inducted into the Long Island Journalism Hall of Fame and was voted Best Local TV Reporter by Long Island Press. And we can't forget her 3 Emmys. In 2018, Carol was given an honorary doctorate from NYIT, and most recently, she was inducted into the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Silver Circle for devoting a quarter of a century or more to the TV industry.
Everybody in this room has accomplished so much. That's why we're here. And it's not that it's easy, but there's something inside of us. There's something that drives us to just keep going on.
The New York State Senate recognized Carol as a woman of distinction, and empowering females in the newsroom and the workforce has always been Carol's passion.
As a woman, as a mother, and as a journalist, Carol Silva has proven that women can be taken seriously. She opened up the doors, she knocked down the boundaries, and she led the way for all of us who came behind her. I am forever grateful for her leadership, her courage, and her encouragement.
Carol is also a team player. Just ask her list of co-anchors. 10 faces have filled that hot seat over the years. Her most recent, Elizabeth. And after 16 years together, they've created a bond that goes beyond the newsroom.
When I was younger, I remember watching Carol Silva as a viewer and hoping that she would say my school was closed. When I was in college, I was an intern for the News 12 Long Island morning show, and I remember hoping that I would get to sit next to her one day. Well, amazingly, she helped to make that dream become a reality. There is probably no one else that has had as much of an impact on my life as Carol Silva. And now in her retirement, I know I still will see her, maybe not every morning at 2:15, but all the time, because she's the part of my family.
In fact, Carol has helped make the entire morning team more like a family. She's a true cheerleader and is always there for so many of our co-workers' milestones.
You have been there for me these past 15 years for all of the major moments in my life. Even more special, you've been there for all of the little things in between. Every single day you bring me joy. Every single day you teach me something. And every single day you're there for me.
Raised in Hicksville, Carol is constantly giving back to her Long Island community. She served as a PTA board member, a boys and girls soccer coach, a Girl Scout leader. Carol and her husband Bob even taught pre-Cana at their church. Carol says everyone has a story to tell, and when she's out in the community, she's made it her mission to hear those stories.
Well, now it's time to update my story. I said in May that I was going to be pushing back from the anchor desk at the end of December because I'm young enough and strong enough to go on and do some other things.
Just a few months ago, Carol revealed more of her story to Long Island.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Crazy, right?
But in true Carol Silva spirit, that diagnosis never slowed her down.
Good morning.
That's it. That's the whole thing. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Carol Silva is back.
Instead, she focused on the positive, the Silva lining, as we like to call it, and returned back to the anchor desk just a few weeks later to finish out her time here at News 12.
So how do you say goodbye to someone like Carol Silva? Someone who's been saying good morning to you for more than 30 years. The good news is, you don't have to.
Hi, I'm Carol Silva. Nice to meet you.
Because Carol won't stop telling your stories when she leaves the anchor desk. In fact, she's just getting started.
It's time to pack up your troubles, say so long to your coworkers, and hit the road.
Now she'll just get to tell those stories a little bit later than 4:30 a.m.
Stand, but I can't because I am surrounded by, literally, I mean, Lisa, I'm surrounded by the most important people in my world. My husband, my son, my brothers, their families, but the people I've grown up with, my old roommates who I swear will not say a word. You promise.
We're not giving them the
promise.
mics. We're not giving them
I
the
mean,
mics.
my closest friends, we've raised our kids together, so I am so blessed. And of course, the family that I spent more time with than some of the people standing behind me. These guys.
All right, so coming up, we're going to be talking to some people, and they're going to reveal all of her dirty laundry. so
stay
come
tuned.
on back because we're still celebrating Silva.
Oh, man. I love you.
Hi, Mom. It's me. I just want to say congratulations for a successful career and congratulations on your last day. Yay! We love you.
Thanks, Connor. We do have Shane. He's in the blue shirt right behind Carol. That's her son, and Bob is off to the side. Her brothers are here. And we have lots of special guests in the studio, so we want to give them a chance just to share a moment with us. Lee.
Hello. So good to be here. Am I on the correct side? Yeah? Am I on the
Well,
right
we
side?
have a side that we sit on.
Okay, yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're used to looking at each other from the left side or the right side. My left brain, right brain, that's what we became. We met in the studio. We've been friends for a very long time. I did not want to go by without being able to share the studio with you one more time. Happy retirement. It's going to be probably a retirement unlike anything anybody has seen. And I hope that means that we can actually get together and see each other every once in a while.
I can stay up like a big girl beyond 2:15.
And I will keep most of her secrets and not share any, except we went through all the big life moments together when we anchored together for 6 years. It's your work family. You guys all know that. It's so hard to say goodbye because we spend more time with each other here at work than we do with our family. So I was there for when she knew her husband was the one. I was there for the first pregnancy. Her husband actually named my daughter for a couple of days in the hospital when I couldn't make up my mind what I want my daughter's name to be. So we're here to salute Carol. We love you. We're part of the family you choose.
Amen.
And happy retirement.
Thank you.
I'm going to pass the mic to Greg Sergel.
Greg Sergel, my radio friend.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, buddy.
No secrets, and I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you when I got engaged to my wife. She's been killing me about that for decades.
She showed up at the Christmas party, Joni, and I went, wait, you got jewelry. Oh, Greg didn't tell you we were engaged.
I just want to say that you've guided us from this desk. You've made all of us out in the field look good for so long. You've comforted us in the bad times. You've accentuated the good times. We're here today to do that for you. And I'd be remiss if I didn't give you the Italian blessing, Cent'anni, which means may you enjoy your family for 100 years.
Yes, I'm all about that. Thank you.
All right, so
the first time I anchored ever, I remember Carol taking my hand right before we went on, and you said, "You're going to be great. You're going to be okay." And I was like, "Okay." And from that moment on, you have done that my entire career here at News 12. We are office
Next door
neighbors,
neighbors.
and Carol would hear me cry and scream and laugh and sneeze, and she always responded. You always came in, "Are you okay? Do you need a tissue?" Or, "Why are you laughing? What's going on?" And you've been a dear friend, a guiding light, and as I said in this story, you led the way for us. Women weren't doing what you did for us. There were just a few. They were in the networks. Not on this level, so I thank you for that as well. But thank you so much for your friendship and love.
You're welcome. Thank you for yours. Beats my
It's
soul.
away from you, Danielle, and I could hear you crying. And sneeze. I gave my on-air goodbye yesterday to you, Carol, and I think people want to hear from the alumni and friends, so I'll make mine really quick. Just, again, it's been a pleasure working with you for nearly 40 years in radio. We got work together.
Wow. Yeah.
And again, from the entire Gate family to you, nothing but love and health and happiness.
Thank you.
Trish.
All right.
Trish Bergen, ladies and gentlemen.
She's going to spill the dirt.
She would.
Anytime that anybody ever needed advice, you found your way to Carol Silva's office. I remember my favorite Carol Silva story. One of the girls went into labor in the newsroom, and we were all completely shocked. We didn't know what to do. And everybody in the newsroom started going, "Somebody go get Carol." Everybody started saying, "Go get Carol. Somebody find Carol Silva." Carol, you are the guiding force, and you really, some of the sound bites that we heard about how much you have offered advice to everybody. I mean, it truly is. Anytime that even now, even I haven't been on the air in 10 years, I still call Carol and say, "What do you think of this?" So, baby girl, I love you so much.
Love you too. Love you too.
We have Carol's two brothers with us.
My little brother, Brian.
Little, thanks.
Yes.
All I can say is, everyone who's listening today remembers Carol as being on News 12, but I'll always remember her as being the best sister that anyone could ever want. And although she has shared, many of her great moments in reporting with you for more than 4 decades, I heard her first report. It was actually at 43 Bond Lane. It was in the early 60s. It's when Carol first started reporting and hasn't since stopped. So the final thing I say, everything that you see on camera, that comes from Carol's heart, and that's really what she's about every day. There's not a camera Carol and another Carol. So congratulations, I love you.
Thank you, Brian. I love you too. Oh, by the way, that's Brian's daughter, my goddaughter, Shannon. Big brother, Kevin.
Oh my God, love my sister.
We love your sister. Thank you for sharing.
She has done so much for so many, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you. I love you too. That kiss on the head like our grandfather used to do. I love that. That was how Grandpa did. I love you, and he'll cry. I love that.
All right, Shane, your sister
Shane,
has something
you're
to say,
on.
so I don't want to. You have
And
20
there's
seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds, and Daddy gets one.
I'll make it a quick 20. All I can say is that obviously people see the person my mom is on air all the time. What they don't always get to see is the person she is at home, how she gives her time to her family, her friends, people she barely knows equally, and how, I don't know what you're going to do next, but I know you're going to be amazing at it.
Surreal, you're totally right. My heart knows that it's time to check out the next chapter of my life. Well, I'm young enough and I'm healthy enough, and we've got to get the elephant in the room out of the way, my health. No secret, I had a little detour in September. A few months after I announced my retirement, that was in May, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I believe in miracles. I am a living miracle. Medical magicians at Northwell Monter Cancer Center say I'm doing amazingly well. I am. I'm going to be around for decades more. Hardly a trace of my 12 brain tumors. The science and my faith have been huge. And I have the most remarkable family in the world. You saw them. And then this family, who you see every day. We have shared life. Rich's wedding together, where we handed him off to his wife, Elizabeth. Elisa and I produced 6 taxpayers on Long Island, 6 babies. I was in the labor room with you when you were very sick. We took care of Christian during that time. When you had your surgery, we brought you chicken parm. I've cleaned your closets, done your babies' rooms. I mean, just everything. I cannot thank you enough for giving the time that you have given in the past several weeks to get this done the way that it is, and our producer, Kelly and Brian Jingaleski, and the digital team, the people who you don't see, who are behind the scenes, who make this happen, the writers, the producers, the editors, incredibly. I have to thank Charles Dolan for creating Cablevision, giving me my first job, Pat Dolan for keeping me on, Altice for keeping me on, and allowing these shenanigans to go. My 10 anchors over the year, you, my 16-year longest partner of all. You don't go into the delivery room with just anybody, my friends. And all of you for letting me ask your stories and share your stories. Thank you. My story has more to it. God bless you.